Listen, last question. We have great choices in you and James Tallarico. Talk to the undecided voters.
Yeah, so listen, this is about, number one, experience. I work with James on the state level, but I'm the only one that has federal experience. And so we definitely cannot afford to get behind. We need somebody who's already been working with those on the federal level, but also we need somebody that can win. And so at the end of the day, because of all the work that I've done traveling this country on behalf of other candidates, I made sure that I made a lot of phone calls, making sure that people were ready to help us do the lift. And so those relationships over the past years, whether we're talking about a former vice president or whether we're talking about a former president of the United States and so many others, calling in on Stacey Abrams, somebody that unfortunately I'm sure she's going to be tired of how many times I'm blowing her up, trying to figure out what exactly did y'all do in Georgia again, because we've got to get it done. And so those relationships will allow this to be a race that not only Texans are involved in, but the entire country is going to be involved in. And that's exactly what this seat means, because this seat is bigger than Texas. Imagine that, something being bigger than Texas. This is about our democracy. It is about saving our country. And so because of the relationships that I've made, that's just something that's unique. In addition to the last point that I'll make, is that one of the things that we looked at was my name ID. My name ID is just as high as our elected senator who's been elected for almost 30 years statewide. So when we're trying to figure out how we're going to spend money, we can spend money more efficiently, because while James Tallarico, I have nothing bad to say about him, because his name ID is low, that means that we have to invest our dollars in getting his name ID up before we can start to get people out. It is hard to imagine how we're going to be able to expand the electorate if we have to start at ground zero. With me, at least we start at about third base. And so it's just more so about letting people know about the bipartisan work that I've done, because I'm known for my clashes. But that's because don't come for Texas, don't mess with Texas, okay? That is real. But at the same time, the things that I've done in a bipartisan way, even with John Cornyn, those are the things that we get to kind of move on to talking to people about, as well as making sure that we can just focus on pulling people out that have never participated in the process. And that is something that I feel very confident we can do, because we're getting the messages from people that say, we've never paid attention to politics, but we're so excited for an opportunity to vote for you.
Wow. Thank you so much for the time.
Absolutely.
Right.